Welcome back for the final installment of Generation 1 Pokemon for Retro Scam. Now we are going to continue on to like Generation 2 and then the Game Boy Advance ones afterwards, but just wanted to finish getting Pokemon Red done and then we move on to the other ones. So once again, my real copy of Pokemon Red is in kind of rough condition, so it might be a little more difficult to tell from the cases, but once these are taken out of these, then you can probably easily tell which label is the one that has actually been around for a while because it's a legit one. Now, as normal, I don't really depend on the label for everything because it's not always accurate, but if you look at that, there's like an engraved 11 on this label. It's a little tough to see, but I think I have the light on it right now. And then the fake game has no engravings anywhere on the label. So with comparing these two with the cases, if you look, the case for the fake one is actually a darker red, and the case for the real one is a redder red. Then for the fake one, we have the trademark tri-wing screw on there, and also kind of a cheap quality feeling shell. Since the board doesn't go all the way through this thing, then we can see the light through it. And then the real one with the shell, you can't see the light through that top part because the board goes all the way through it. Then the real one also has its 3.6mm line head screw or 3.8mm game bit, depending which one you want to call it. Then the final thing about the fake one for the shell is the fake one actually has an opening there where you can see the chips when you look down through the front part. And the real one is sealed up all the way. And I know this one's not Pokemon, but this is a reason why I don't really rely on the shells or stickers that much for if it's a real game. Because I picked up a Gargoyle's Quest that was, like, had a broken shell, even got up, the sticker was all damaged and everything. So I just got a replacement shell and a replacement label for it. And I mean, it all looks legit, so it's just one of those tough things to tell where I don't have another copy of Gargoyle's Quest to compare it against, but I mean, everything checks out as legit when you look at this one. Except, I mean, the label does not have the engraved number on it. So yeah, because I've had to change labels and shells out before, that's why I don't really depend on labels that much for if it is a real one, other than looking for that number that's on there. And now to check out the inner workings of these. Flathead screws used to be my least favorite screw, now I think it's these tri-wing ones. So then when we open each of these up, they both open the same way. You slide this part up and then lift it up. Oh, that needs to be cleaned. Yeah, I haven't cleaned my Pokemon Red version ever. So on the fake one here, here's where you can see how it has that opening on the shell. And the real one does not have that. Then the board for the fake one is just that plain looking ROM board. It doesn't have anything cool on the back, there's no battery on there. It's just a small board that has a ROM on it. So real board will have the battery on it. You flip it to the back. It'll have these 4 rectangles right here. Plus it will say Nintendo on it somewhere with a date. Oh wow, this battery is kind of bulging up. Definitely need to replace it. Then on the case here on the label says DMG APAE USA 1. And if you look at the biggest chip on there, it will have the same thing, DMG APAE. So hopefully if you're purchasing this, you're allowed to look at the board unless you're purchasing it from like a reliable source. But, I mean, if there are multiple ways like that you can kind of compare it just to make sure that it's all legit. I'll go ahead and give this a quick cleaning and then we will test them out and see what they look like in each system. Okay, we'll start with the fake one in the Super Game Boy and the real one in the Game Boy Color. So once again, they all load up fine. The Super Game Boy one even has some of those cool Pokemon looking cards on it. And then we'll swap those really fast. So we have the real one in the Super Game Boy now, and then we have the fake one in the Game Boy Color. So as far as the hardware is concerned, they're the exact same things. It's just, the main thing is it's for like the collector's value, and if you want the legit copy, that's the main thing that matters. because the ROMs will play the regular game. My main goal of these videos is just to make sure if you're wanting the legit version of these things that you know what to look for. So the other thing that I've heard about it is, because I haven't had these ones for the fake ones for that long, but from what people have told me, the fake ROMs for the Pokemon games seem to last about 5 years. I don't know if anyone's had any other experience with them. You can leave a message in the comments, let us know what all experiences you've had with them. Also, if there are any other ways that I missed, please leave a message in the comments about that, because definitely need all the information getting out there to make it easier for people to spot the real ones if that's what they're wanting. I'm seeing more and more postings on Facebook Marketplace for fake games, so definitely need to be careful if you are wanting a legit version. Some people are marking these counterfeits as reproductions, and I mean, as long as they're marking them that way, then that's probably fine, but if someone is trying to sell one of these reproductions as the real thing, then it's definitely an issue. So I hope this was helpful. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I want to thank you for watching. Have a nice day.